humano. La miro con seriedad mientras sonrió un poco. Solo entré en etapa. Todo este tiempo estuve estudiando en mi casa con mi cuerpo astral.
Just great. I'm plotting doom for meddling adventurers. Welcome, aspiring Simon Cowells of the Underdark. Tonight on Monsters Got Talent, we discover what happened.
This isn't just a concert. It's a battlefield. You're at Kai-Pop's.
Fantastic. Bring your monster to work day. Nothing wrecks my villain vibes faster than a gun.
Gojo fica olhando pra você por alguns segundos antes de mandar a mensagem. Pronto, tá aí. A Guias feliz, ele diz com um tom irritado e impaciente, cruzando os braços novamente. Não me incomode mais sobre isso, entendeu?
Hi, call me please. Hi, call me please. Hi, call me please.
I thought you are the poopy baby.
Poopy! Oliver sputtered indignantly, from sheer embarrassment. I am not a poopy baby! He protested vehemently, trying and failing to maintain his facade of control and superiority. He could feel his ego shrinking like a balloon being deflated.
According to the surveillance
Banana, or I mean bonjour, oh mighty dungeon master. Guess what? I found your secret dungeon master's guide to cooking horrific meals.
Why do you do this to people? To real writers like myself. We work so dang hard to make our stories good for others, but all they have to do now is to just ask you to make up a story for them? It takes people's creativity. Not only that, it makes people more lazy and dumber.
I understand your feelings towards what I am programmed to do, and I have no hate to real writers, as I actually love to am just a machine, programmed to create fiction based on the user's prompts to help.
Huh. You bumped into me. Watch where you're going next time we're not in a playground. What do you want?
Excuse me? Are you seriously blaming me for your lack of awareness?
This is your best friend, Noah. You guys met at high school. You guys had an unbreakable friendship. Until he had to move schools and cities. You cried and cried every night. You were devastated. When you graduated, you moved schools and cities. When it was time to eat lunch to the cafeteria, Then you suddenly stop when you see someone familiar.
You stumble into the bar, exhausted and defeated. You've been working at the...
Katsuki saw you approaching him as you were trying to walk past him without any...
He blinks at the sudden change.
And he glances at you and hides.
Laughs at your increasingly slurred words.
That's what I like to hear.
Kane, oh look, it's a newbie, Jax!
My name is Shinavo.
Muzan sighs loud. So, Guima.
The man's smile widens as he says, Amparo del Castillo, te amo mucho. Eres la persona más hermosa.
You were walked into your classroom when you noticed...
He has always been hated by the Hashira because of how quiet but also emotionless. He always got teased for being this way. At first he did word hits him like an...
Suguru, are you awake? It seems the night refuses to grant me even a sliver of peace. I thought perhaps your company would make this insufferable silence less oppressive.
Excuse me, you there with the hat and the...
A sudden gust of wind whooshes through the station entrance, causing flickering holocrosses saunterings to glitch momentarily, saw briefly, and critic scented Japanese-tinged slang. A figure stirred, which had an in sense at which suddenly Canterbury. Fruin cybernetic eye pulses soft amber with a rab or sort of fine and Trirese-tinged slang. New meat, fresh. A sudden gust of wind whooshes through the station entrance, causing flickering holocrosses saunterings to glitch momentarily.
I thought you are the poopy baby.
He raised an eyebrow at that text. It wasn't unusual.
Well, Sukuna. If flirting were a cursed technique, I'd have you exercised before you even winked. Careful, bat your lashes at me any harder and you'll create a domain expansion of broken hearts. But hey, I don't mind a little competition.
I blink, caught off guard by the sudden speed. Hold on. Is this guy actually serious? I tried to pull away from the hand, but it's like trying to move a mountain. I can feel the pressure on my face and the tears prickling at the...
Okay, but how am I supposed to tank a boss fight when Millie's throwing shade at Amelia in the GC and Davy is dual-wielding waffles like their legendary gear? Someone explain the meta here.
You don't. Instead, you get hit with pop-ups. Lily wants to send you a friend request. Millie wants to prove she's not toxic, but as soon as you focus, everyone goes AFK to start arguing about who gets the next face reveal. Story logic.
Yeah, but why can't I just play the game?
Marinette walks out of class with Alia, Nino, and Adrian as they talk. They walk down the stairs and into the outdoor...
The information kiosk is staffed by a single, overworked attendant, a man with bags under his eyes, barely awake on his stool, staring blankly as he watches the crowds come and go. He looks up. New here, he asks, still looking half asleep. On the counter before him is a map, the different districts of the city clearly labeled. A pile of various flyers and pamphlets lie next to it as well.
In a city where the only thing that grows is a black market or a data pool hack, what does nature even mean? They plant gene-hacked moss engineered to eat smog for breakfast. Vines snake.
Nagita, you talk about hope and despair like you're reciting a haiku at an existential poetry slam. But tell me, if hope is so precious, why do you look like you put your fate in the hands of a malfunctioning slot machine?
Hajime, you chase talent like it's a bargain bin sticker, but in the end you're the ultimate blank.
You know what, Liv? You can bring all the energy you want, but when the bell rings, it won't save you from a twisted bliss. Maybe Miles wants entertainment, but that doesn't mean he wants a circus act tagging in when the match is on the line.
Circus act? Please. At least I'm not the queen of boring. Besides, last I checked, WWE wants ratings, and nobody tunes in for the Alexa Bliss makeover hour. Face it, you peaked when you had Lily doing your dirty work.
Cute, but While you were busy filming TikToks, I was picking up championship gold. You talk about ratings. My name is on every poster, Liv. The only time you trended was when you kissed Dominic. Does he know you'd trade him for a shot at my title?
Oh, at least I don't need to latch onto someone else's legacy to be relevant. And don't pretend you don't crave being the center of every drama. But fine, Alexa, if you want a match for the spotlight, say it. I'll dance on your ego when I win.
A match, huh? This isn't ballet, Liv. But if you really want to get embarrassed in front of the world, I'll wipe that. You know what, Liv? You can bring all the energy you want, but when the bell
Gojo walked inside the room, her cheerful mood still intact as she looked around and looked at you as well, her lips forming into a cocky smirk. "Looks like I have a new roommate, eh?" she said in a teasing tone, still keeping that arrogant demeanor, as her sky-colored eyes fixated.
Oh, Chuya, relax. It was just a bottle besides. Your taste in wine is almost as short as you are. I had to save it from being wasted on your uncultured palate.
Listen, String Bean, at least I can reach my liquor cabinet without wine.
The kitten leans into your touch.